I didn't realize until the end of this call, which you're about to watch, just how many coaches this guy's talked to before coming to me. So I think he does research in as his like profession, and this guy goes around talking to a lot of coaches, figuring out who is going to be the best for him before he starts his climbing journey. So you're going to find a really interesting conversation into a guy who's talked to a lot of coaches and what his experience has been. And hopefully this will help you guys be able to kind of choose a coach that's right for you, or what to look out for when looking for a good coach, as well as, you know, the danger zones to be like, okay, that is not what I want in a coach. That is definitely not what I want to pay money for. Before we get into this profile view, if you're looking to get a live call just like this one, please check out the links in the YouTube description below. Let's get into the video. Why did you book the call today? Like, what did you want to get out of this?
I basically just wanted to get like a few general macro tips and like look over my profile. Give me 1 sec.
No worries.
All right, sorry, I'm back. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely just wanted to get like a few general tips on like how to improve if I'm on the right track, and I just wanted to like in general just see what I don't know. I guess I was just curious because it's kind of like it's not like I've booked like a few coaches, as I've said, and it's not about like the validation I get out of it, of them saying like, yeah, you're on the right track. It's more of the, what's it called, like having like a general like, I guess not how can I explain this, like having like a bunch of different coaches like in my DMs, and like basically seeing what each and every single one thinks about like a certain play, or about a certain certain point in the meta. It kind of like gives me like a reference point that I can,
multiple viewpoints is always good.
Exactly.
On one topic or one concept. Yeah,
exactly. So it's kind of like it's like I don't.
You sound like you do research, a lot of research. Just like you're always looking for your references and checking them, kind of like, comparing them to each other. Which one's more valid? Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. It's because like I don't know. I really like going off of what's it called? What is like maximum efficiency, especially like in terms of like building different items, because it's like. It's something that, ironically, I learned from a game that has nothing to do with League. I learned it from Escape from Tarkov. Min-maxing, basically. Like, how to, like, optimize my stash and my inventory while still keeping it organized and, like, knowing where everything is in a game where there's, like, countless different items that I need. Yeah. So it's kind of like, I learned it from that, and, like, I'm trying to apply it to, like, everyday things as well. Because it's, like... Again, I don't really like doing like something like, for example, going to a coach and like asking them for a bunch of different tips, and then like being okay, thank you, and then just like ghosting them for the next like 3 weeks. I want to like find like maximum 3 coaches that I don't really alternate between, but it's more of like I can get like and pay for coachings from each of them like once a month
when you want them, in order for a certain topic.
Yeah, for a certain topic, depending on like what the pros or not the pros and cons, but the what's it called, the strong points of the coaches are. For example, I've definitely like talked with coaches that are way better at like mechanical descriptions, for example, telling me how I can improve my mechanics, and then other coaches which can improve macro, and then others that do like something in between, like they tell me like macro about how I can use this ability in order to get something like a map objective faster.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I definitely do enjoy like having multiple coaches that I can like talk to, but at the same time it's like I don't want to waste their time, so I am definitely going to be like buying coachings from every single one of them in order to not like, you know, I don't really like just like being like, yeah, okay, thank you for giving like 3,000 different tips on how to improve. I'm not gonna give you a single penny, because again, like I don't like taking up time from coaches and then just not giving anything in return because, well, everyone's time is valuable. So
Yeah, for sure. So next steps are what I think you should really do before you even get really any paid coach is like get your placements done, get some games under your belt, and you'll quickly discover in solo queue in your first 20, 30 games what you actually need help with. Because I think right now you've got a lot of theory, you've got a bit of practical, and you now need to apply a lot of this theory that you've been developing and generating into practice, seeing what you can actually execute on, and then getting a coach if you can't figure out what's going wrong or you hit that ceiling, getting them to go through everything you're doing wrong and just prioritize it and knock them off one at a time. It's probably as simple as that. I think you've absorbed enough information to get yourself to a pretty high rank. You just now need to apply it into practice and then see where you get stuck. And that's when you should be engaging coaches, I would say, in my personal opinion.
All right. Yeah, perfect.
Cool. So please stay in touch. As you said, I know you are going to stay in touch. I'm very interested to see where you place in your first 10 placement games, and then I'm very interested to see what the first problem is you come across based on our call, because I think if you keep focusing on other people, you're just going to have countless problems that you can never solve because you cannot get the other 9 players in the game to do what you want to do or not do what you don't want them to do. So I'm very interested to see what problems you have personally in the game that you come across first, because it'll be quite interesting. So yeah, let's stay in touch.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
If you're,
it's like this is definitely like a very positive session that I've had, because like a few coaches, for example, I've talked to don't really give any advice, which I do understand on like an introduction level. Others give a lot of advice, and I definitely do appreciate everything that you've like taught me today. So it's kind of like on top of that, like a few coaches, for example, would just like instantly like ask, oh, okay, so when do you see us like getting into like a private coaching session? And I'm like, yes, of course, the private coaching session that I need to pay money for after 30 minutes of knowing you. It's kind of like,
I mean, you'd be amazed at how many players are willing to do coaching without even meeting you. But there's also the people who like to do their due diligence and research and talk to their coaches as well. Both ways work for everyone. But there's a lot of coaches, I just call them very transactional, where they really are just trying to get that paid session out of players, which is fine if it's the business model that works for them. It's fine, but it's as you've clearly identified, it's not for a lot of people who are looking for coaching.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like from the client's perspective, it might be weird, but from the coach, like, I can definitely understand the perspective of the coach, because it's like the coach in particular that I'm talking about like had like a pretty big network on YouTube and Twitch. And he's not niche, right? He's not gonna put coachings down for $350 and still get sales, but like I understand like from his point of view that it's like he can definitely like get a lot more coachings like closed because of how reputable he is as a coach. So it's I totally understand.
Awesome.
But again, thank you very much for all of these tips. I will definitely keep, and like I've had my own notepad open this entire time, and I've been taking notes. So I thank you very much for this introduction and for telling me stuff that I need to improve on and to focus on a bit more. Because again, I definitely did like understand. It's like I kind of like at the same time didn't know it, but as soon as you said it to me, it made like a lot of sense, which is like focus on myself and not on my allies as much. So it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, oh my god, I can't get my team to stop inting,
Yeah.
Have you considered focusing on yourself? And I'm like, oh wait, I should do that.
Yeah.
Because it's like
Yeah.
I don't leave any time or any space in my brain to just think about jungle macro if I keep like thinking about my laners macro. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and
that's
humans do it outside of League. Like that's the thing. Like
yeah,
they're
yeah.
always focusing on problems out of their control, the weather,
Oh yeah, true.
or this person earns more money than me, or like my best friend's a dickhead. Like all this stuff that it's like you can't change that stuff, man. Just
Yeah.
focus on what you can change.
Actually, a very, very interesting. And I'm sorry for taking up so much time because normally it was 30 minutes, and now we're at 45 minutes.
That's okay.
But what I wanted to say is like a very like genuinely mind-blowing study that I saw because I was like, wait, why would they do that? There's people that basically like did an interview with a like target audience of like 2,000 people, I think.
Yeah.
And they asked, now, would you rather be at a job that pays 90K a month, but everyone else there
A month?
Yeah, a month.
Yeah,
90K
okay.
a month, but every other employee there gets 100K a month?
Yeah.
Or would you rather be at a job where you get 85K a month, and every other employee gets 80K a month? And almost all of them picked the 85K a month because of
I
status.
wouldn't pick that, but yeah.
Why? To me, it's like it's
Fascinating.
10,000 less a month. Obviously, like, you know, with that a month, you're already set. Like there's nothing like you don't need to do anything other than just basically work, and you're gonna be set for life in a few years. But it's like
People's
why would you
egos,
pick
they
10K
care too
less?
much. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
funny.
10K less because of status, because you don't like having other employees be paid more than you.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing to me. So it's kind of like, because then they did also another thing with like what's it called, with vacations, where it's like, would you rather work at a place where you have like, what's it called, you have like a 1 month vacation but everyone else gets 3, and then one where you have 3 months vacation but everyone else gets 6?
Yeah.
And everyone chose like the 3 because it has nothing to do with status.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing. It's like these different like, what's it called, like interviews and like what's it called, analysis of
social experiments almost.
Yeah, of how like society works. It is just mind blowing to me because it's like everyone is so like everyone just has that herd mentality of, I need to be the best around me, otherwise I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
Like, I'd much rather have a friend who's like on solid footing and on equal footing than have someone who's like beneath me.
Yeah.
I really don't get it. Okay, people are weird.
Yeah,
anyways.
humans are fucking weird. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, thank you very much for the like introductory coaching session. I'll definitely like get more games under my belt and like start working towards getting, well, first of all getting my placements done, and afterwards like maybe like focusing on climbing, and then once I reach a spot where I'm kind of like stuck, then I'll definitely be in touch and see about getting like a normal coaching session that doesn't, you know, take up 17 additional minutes.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah, it'll be stuck. You'll develop a bad habit. Yeah, there'll be something. You'll know when you hit the roadblock, because it'll be interesting, because I'm very curious.
In general, I try to keep myself as humble as I can be. Like I try not to, like, unless I'm playing draft pick and I'm playing for fun.
Yeah.
Like I don't BM on my teammates at all, and I like genuinely just try and just play the game. Like I don't focus on what my team says. I focus on what they do. And it's like, if they'd rather spend like all game in like under Nexus and what's it called, spamming like different obscenities at the team, then I can definitely tell that, you know,
Yeah.
I'm already like leagues past them. Like
Yeah.
I'm already like I'm already challenger in their eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
If that makes sense. So
No,
it's
I
kind
get
of like,
you.
I really want to keep that tilt-proof mentality and just try not to play League to the point where it gives diminishing returns, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, make sure you don't play big blocks. Maximum blocks of 3. I always say to my clients.
Yeah.
Played almost
Well,
like you're
that's
playing
the
a
thing.
set of 3, best of 3. Like never more than
Yeah,
2
yeah.
losses in a row, and always
Yeah.
a group of 3. Then get the fuck away from your computer. Like go eat some food, go to the gym, talk to someone, do anything.
Legitimately, all of the esports coaches that I've spoken to have told me that the way they coach is they do a 3-1-3 rule, which is 3 hours of game, 1 hour of rest, 3 hours of game, and that's how they're gonna do like daily scrims.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's because like during that 1 hour they break, they just walk up to the players and they go, you don't play, you don't touch League of Legends for an hour.
Yeah.
And it's like they don't get to play for an hour because the brain needs rest.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I'm trying to apply that same mentality to myself if I ever like have a full day where I don't have anything to do.
Yeah. No, I agree. Awesome. All right. It was a pleasure talking to you. I had some great insights and learned some things, some funny things about the human ego.
Yeah.
You don't get that on a
exactly.
call every day, hey?
Final thing I wanted to ask you for your credentials. So it's like, is there like, because I definitely saw, you know, your Discord server. I just wanted to see like, do you maybe have like an account or u.gg that I can look at to see like, you know, like maybe like a match history so I can like get a bit more insight on like how you play the game as well, like what role like you pick, what's your main, etc. Because
Yeah,
I definitely do like to like look into that with my coaches.
Yeah, sure. So I'm actually I've got a multiple coaches at lolcoach.academy. I'm really the guy who does the front calls, and I specialize in getting people to diamond. So my actual
Yeah.
rank itself, I'm D1, and I just play Phil. So I don't actually queue up a certain role. I just play Phil and play whatever I have. But I've got myself, and then usually when I get players to diamond, I'll hand them over to my challenger coach who runs my weekly boot camps in my Discord. I think he's ranked 1 on Fiverr at the moment for coaches, and I usually give my clients an option up front of, do you want the challenger coach or do you want me to get you to diamond, and then you know you revisit or you can change at any time. But that's really how we usually operate. So you know, they either start with me or they start with them, and then usually when they get to diamond, I'll have the conversation. I'll go, hey, we've been working together well. I usually only get players to diamond, but I'm happy to coach you if you want to keep going with this. I can coach you to as high as you want. So I do that. But sometimes players also just want the challenger coach straight away, or
Yeah.
they want to go with the challenger coach once they hit a certain rank, which I'm completely fine with, because it's not my specialty.
Well, I'm gonna be completely frank. Like, I'd much rather get like a lower elo coach at first. I definitely like do see the value in a coach like you, someone who plays diamond and just like Phil and whatever role they get, they play, because it's like, first of all, that helps you improve in every lane, and you get macro from every lane's perspective. And on top of that, it's kind of like, if a coach is challenger, he's definitely gonna give advice that is
Challenger
very
advice that does not
important. Yeah.
apply to
Yeah, exactly.
99.9% of
Yeah,
games.
exactly.
Yeah.
However, yeah, it does not apply to like low elo games. It's kind of like you go up to like the only human inside of a cage filled with monkeys, and you tell him how to behave. He's gonna behave like a gentleman, but the moment he's gonna go shake like the baboon's hand, he's gonna get tossed around the cage. You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's very like low elo. That's how I like to call it, like the little monkey zoo that everyone likes to visit once in a while.
Yeah. Nah, awesome. I think, you know, that's the best approach. Sometimes people's egos get in the way and they want the challenger coach straight away, which is fine. They can give you great advice, but yeah, the issue a lot of players usually come to challenger coaches with is they just can't see the world. They can't see the solo queue state that their
Yeah.
players are struggling in because they're just like, why not just do this? Well, my bot lane doesn't rotate when I do this. And like, they can't understand concepts of players not rotating or not responding to your
Yeah, yeah.
ganks or warding or, clearing
Yeah.
vision. It's great.
And
Yeah.
I definitely do think that lower elo coaches, like even if you have like someone who's completely new to the game, I definitely think that the first person to go to if someone is completely new to the game is someone who's silver or gold.
Yeah.
Because then they're gonna be like, okay, bro, like you're gonna pick Garen, you're gonna press Q, you're gonna press E, you're gonna win.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of like they basically like teach like the like most basic stuff ever. It's like that's definitely like also the part where you might get a lot of people who say like advice which is really bad advice, but it's still like something that can be fixed over time.
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
anyways, yeah.
Awesome. No worries, dude. Have a good day. It's probably like 10 a.m. for you, right?
11:24.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
All right. Well, I will see you later. Take care, and I really hope that we do get to talk again very, very soon because it was very informative.
Awesome.
And I'm gonna be like completely transparent. One of like the most informative like introductionary sessions that I've probably ever had. So yeah, thank you very much.
I appreciate
for this.
that. And as I said, I do this kind of out of passion. So like that's what I aim to do with everything I do with this. So I really appreciate you saying that. It means a lot to me. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, man.
Cool.
Take care.
See ya.
See ya.